Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Did this out-of-control teen try to poison her family?
I wasn't trying to kill them.
You poured floor cleaner in their soda.
With a home life in chaos.
Danielle drinks, but you say all 15-year-olds drink.
They do.
No, they don't!
It's time to take drastic action.
I've decided to do something that I've never done before on this show. The video you're about to see is one of the many reasons that I agreed to do this show today. In fact, I said we had to do this show. To tell you the truth, it's brutal, it's bloody, and it is just a typical day in the life of this teenage girl. Take a look.
No, no, no.
Hit me in the face again, you.
Well, 15-year-old Danielle was so proud of that particular beatdown that she posted it on her Facebook page. Now, Danielle's aunt, Kristen, wrote to me very concerned about her niece's bad behavior, which she says started at the age of 8, when she says that she set the house on fire and then days later tried to light the dog on fire. By 12 years old, she attempted to poison the family by putting floor cleaner in their soda. And, well, in fact, it's gone downhill from there.
Danielle is 100% out of control, violent, and way beyond unpredictable.
I have a really hard time getting along with people. I would rather confront someone because it's less problems, even if it turns into a fight.
Danielle has punched holes in the wall, kicked in doors.
This is where I kicked the laundry basket into the wall and made a hole.
Danielle is the worst teenager I've ever seen. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to come up behind you and slit your throat. When Danielle was in 2nd grade, she decided to light her room on fire.
We were able to put the fire out, but it cost $1,000 to replace everything that was burned.
And when we asked her why she would do such a thing, she said she thought it would have been fun.
It was a complete accident, but everyone is blowing it up to be like I was trying to light the house on fire, I was trying to burn it down. That's not true.
She is sleeping with guys, she is sleeping with girls, she is playing Russian roulette with her life.
It really pisses me off that Kristen thinks that my sex life should be any of her business.
Danielle tried poisoning my sister and I using floor cleaner.
I got sick, I was throwing up.
My aunt Kristen is a liar. I did put floor cleaner in my aunt's drink, but I did it right in front of her. She saw me do it. Like, obviously, you're not going to drink it.
I live in fear every day because of my granddaughter, Danielle. Whenever you tell Danielle no, it's a violent situation.
Danielle has gotten physical with her grandmother.
She flat out tells me, I want to kill you. I slept with one eye open because I was afraid Danielle was going to hurt me. I can't even describe the look on her face. It's like her eyes are dead.
I 100% believe that Danielle is capable of killing any one of us in our family if that switch flips.
But 15-year-old Danielle is not the only one in the house that the adults say are causing problems. There is double trouble. Kristen says Danielle's older sister, Jessica, is another terrible teenager whose problems began when she was expelled from 2 different daycare centers, followed by being expelled from an entire school district. Take a look.
My niece Jessica is the worst 18-year-old I have ever seen. Jessica is totally out of control. She doesn't have a job, she doesn't go to school, she smokes pot all the time, she drinks. There's a new guy in her bed every 3-4 days.
Jessica started to become promiscuous when she was 13 years old. Jessica has slept with quite a few guys.
In the 5th grade, Jessica was expelled for stabbing a kid in the leg with a pencil.
Jessica got in trouble at school several times for fighting.
I'd get picked on, I'd blow up, and then I'd get kicked out.
Jessica was suspended from school 15 times for fighting.
Jessica never finished the 7th grade. I cannot believe my sister did not make her complete school.
A few weeks ago, Jessica got into a fight and had her tooth knocked out.
I went to fight some girl for talking a lot of crap, and she socked me in the face, pulled me down on the ground, started pounding my face in. I felt my tooth break in my mouth, so I spit at her, hit her in the eye. This one right here I lost.
I'm worried about Jessica because she is now legal and acts like she's still 15.
1, 2, 3 adults here say that you two teenagers are out of control, violent, reckless, disrespectful, absolutely misbehaving in every way possible. True or false?
I guess you could say that's true.
What would you say to that?
Sure, why not? It's true.
Okay. And while everybody chooses a certain way to go through life and be in the world, why have you two chosen that way to go?
Because of how we were raised.
You're the mother here.
Yes.
They're basically saying that the reason they're out doing the things that they're doing and not doing the things they're not doing all occurred based on your parenting and on your watch. What do you say?
They like to blame me, but I never raised them to act like this.
Okay, so what's going on then? What's your explanation?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you don't know why your children are the way they are?
I really honestly don't know. I didn't raise them that way. They just took a wrong turn at some point.
What do you think, Kristen? You wrote the show. You're the one that wrote the letter.
I wrote the letter because I'm so scared. I don't know what else to do.
Do you think you're disrespectful?
I know I'm disrespectful.
Do you do it on purpose?
Sometimes.
Because I made a list. With regard to your aunt, you call her, to her face, apparently, a fat bitch, an liar, a lazy-ass obsessed with money.
Because that's what she turned into.
You call your mom a bitch.
Because sometimes she is.
Okay. And you call your grandma Rose a bitch.
Because I feel attacked by them. Like, it's never just one of them coming at me.
Okay.
Or telling me I'm wrong. It's always both of them.
According to Kristen, you have said to your grandmother Rose, I wish you died, you bitch, eat you stupid whore prune.
Well, I don't remember saying any of that, and I'm pretty sure I would never tell my grandmother to die. And that is why I call her a compulsive liar, because she says things like that, and that is not true, because I would never say that to my grandmother, and I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Danielle, sweetie, you did. I did not try to light the house on fire, thank you very much.
There's 4 separate fires burning in your room.
I lit a paper towel on fire and I tried putting it out and I dropped it on the floor.
Your room was on fire, Danielle.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
After a SWAT standoff,
Police say that he held his wife and children inside their home.
was this dad?
Did you have your daughter lick the bathroom floor around the toilet to prove it was clean?
I did instruct her to do so, yes.
A danger to his kids?
You took the dog and your son and proceeded to shoot the dog 15 times. What's wrong with you that seems okay?
That's Monday.
Hit me in the face again!
You had a violent fight, and we saw it. You put it on Facebook.
I didn't put it on Facebook. My friend recorded it and she put it on Facebook.
On your Facebook?
On my Facebook.
Well, nobody put it on your Facebook like that but you. You had to give her permission to do it.
She did it, but I just didn't delete it. Because I didn't care. Everyone already knew about it. Other people posted it too, so I didn't care if people saw it.
Why? Are you proud of it?
Yeah, because people have not messed with me since I beat her up.
When you get mad, do you lose control?
Yeah, I black out.
Do you throw things?
I do throw things.
And you've damaged the home. Where you've kicked balls, thrown stuff, torn up things in the house, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think you do that?
I don't know.
Have you abused your dog?
I don't remember doing that. I do not remember trying to light the dog on fire. Like, that's what I'm saying. She likes to lie. She blows things up so much more than what they need to be.
It was Bombay.
And I did not try to light the house on fire. Thank you very much. Just to let you know. Were you upstairs with me? Do you know what happened? No, you don't.
No, I know is there's 4 separate fires burning in your room.
A floor. A little piece of the floor. It wasn't even that big. You're acting like, she said I burned the house down.
I did not say
Or
you
tried
burnt,
to.
I said you
No,
lit
I
the house
didn't.
on fire.
I lit a paper towel on fire and I tried putting it out and I dropped it on the floor. All right? And I've said that a million times and you're still going to sit there and say that I tried to light the house on fire.
Your room was on fire, Danielle.
The floor, and it was that big.
It was bigger than that,
No,
Danielle.
it was small.
By the closet.
Okay. Okay.
The garbage can was melted to the rug.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you said she lit the room on fire in 4 different places?
Yes.
Yes.
There's 4
Did you
different
drop
fires
4
burning.
paper towels?
No, I swear to God, I only dropped one, and it was in the middle of the floor, and that is the only burn mark I saw.
Why were you lighting a paper towel on fire?
I was bored.
You poisoned your family, according to Kristen.
She didn't even drink it. Let me tell you, she did not even drink it. She said that she got sick afterwards, did not drink it. She saw me put it in her drink. And if you did drink it, I don't know what to tell you.
Why would you do that? Bored?
No, maybe I just wanted her to know that I did not want her around me anymore. I did not.
Well, that makes a statement.
I can honestly say I do not want her in my life whatsoever because she causes so many more problems than there needs to be.
But take me through the moment where you decided that the solution to that was to poison her.
I didn't poison her. She saw me put it in her drink.
But then what's the point of doing it?
To piss her off. Like, obviously.
Well, it's not obvious, but
Well, it's pretty obvious to me.
Well, you were there. I wasn't there, so you have information I don't have. So you poured floor cleaner
Yes, I did.
into what?
A cup.
That she was drinking from?
She wasn't near the cup.
Yeah, but it was her cup.
It was her cup, but I swear to you, she did not drink out of it.
My cup and your mother's cup.
Okay, still, you guys didn't drink it. You said you got sick from it.
I was sick that day, Danielle.
And if they had ingested this and it killed them,
I would have felt bad, but I knew they weren't going to drink it because they saw me put it in there.
but you would have felt bad if you killed the 2 of them.
Yeah,
Why?
because they're my family.
So you'll
I
poison
wasn't
them.
trying to kill them.
Do you understand that that's really irrational behavior?
Yes, I realize
Okay,
that.
I'm just so you acknowledge it. I'm not saying you were trying to kill him, and I may be the only one that doesn't think that, but I get what you're saying. But I want you to get that doing that is
was
not
wrong, and I own up that that was wrong. That
all
was
right.
not the right thing to do.
That's the first time you ever admitted that.
admitted what?
That's the first time she ever admitted that she was wrong in doing that. The first time I've ever heard those words come out of her mouth.
Well, I think we're going to have a lot of firsts today because
Danielle.
I think these guys weren't born in a vacuum. They weren't raised in a vacuum. And you guys drag them in here to the therapeutic altar and drop them off and say they're screwed up, fix them. But let me tell you, this has a hell of a whole lot to do with the people sitting on this side of the room and not just these 2. Okay?
I completely agree.
Trust me. And we are going to get into that next. So who is to blame for all this bad behavior? Aunt Kristen points her fingers at one person here. We're going to find out who. Plus, why Grandma Rose says she has to sleep with one eye open and with her purse in her arms. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Jessica and Danielle both steal money from my mother. Danielle drained almost $700 out of my mother's checking account.
My grandmother always thinks that I'm stealing money off her, but I wouldn't do that ever.
Even when I take a shower, I give my purse to my daughter. When the girls steal from me, I feel violated. It just feels like they're stabbing me in the back.
My aunt told me that I was just going to be another statistic, either dead or pregnant. That really pissed me off, and I literally could have just smashed her face, because I don't think you should say something like that to your niece.
Aunt Kristen is concerned that her niece Danielle is going to become another statistic if this family does not get help. So how did they get in such a mess? Aunt Kristen says 3 letters, M-O-M. She says it's all laying at her feet. Take a look.
My sister Michelle never wanted to be a mother.
Kristen constantly calls and tells me I need to be a better mother and get control of my girls.
I blame my sister 100% for my niece's out of control behavior because she didn't care enough to stop it.
Kristen definitely oversteps her boundaries. She doesn't live in my shoes with these 2 kids, and she's constantly judging me.
Things were always chaotic in my house. We were never a happy family. As sad as it is, I would not care if my mom died. When I was younger, my mom didn't really care about us. She tries to act like she cares now, but if she honestly cared, Danielle would be in rehab.
When I am on the phone with my sister, Danielle will say, "Oh, I bet you're talking to that bitch Chrissy again."
I want her to just completely vanish, to be honest, because all she does is create more problems.
Kristen thinks that Danielle is trouble.
I do not deserve to be called names and treated like a dog when all I did was try to help.
Your behavior is pretty much consistent with your sister's, right?
Yeah.
I got a couple of pages here. You call your mother a whore, a bitch, a pain in the ass, and say she was never a mother, right?
Right.
You call your sister a slut, a whore, a bitch, and a lesbian, right?
Right.
Why would you say that to your sister?
She pisses me off. She calls me names. I call her names.
Do you care about her?
Well, yeah, I care about her.
Would it be okay if somebody else was up in her face saying those things to her?
Oh, no.
That would not be okay with you?
No.
You were expelled from Catholic school, and you were expelled from the entire school district. Why?
Fighting?
You dropped out of school in the 7th grade?
No. I finished 7th grade. I dropped out in 8th. That grade makes a difference.
That's not funny.
It's a little funny.
Okay, you smoke pot, you've tried mushrooms, acid, ecstasy, Xanax, Percocet, and you're just now 18. Right?
Right.
You've stolen Rose's car for a joyride. You don't have a license, right?
Nope.
You're now on probation.
Yep.
You jumped off the roof to sneak out of the house, slipped, hit your head, and had a seizure.
Yep.
And you were like, whatever. No big deal, right? Okay. They've called the police a couple of times. You steal money from Michelle and Kristen. Do you steal money from your aunt and your mother?
Not my aunt.
Well, you used to when I was in the house.
How about grandma? You steal money from
Don't
grandma?
remember that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Do you steal money from your grandmother?
Yeah.
You punch Michelle, your mother. You fight with your sister, right? You just wailed on her. You smash mirrors, punch holes in the wall. You recently had a tooth knocked out in a fight.
Yes, I did.
Does it seem right to y'all that you're out fighting like this all the time? I mean, do you think
I
that's?
haven't fought in 2 years.
Do you think it's becoming to fight?
No.
You just got your tooth knocked out.
Okay.
That wasn't 2 years ago.
No, but I haven't fought before that, I haven't fought in 2 years. Okay? That's a big thing for me.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. No, I'm glad to hear it. Do you think she should be fighting like she is?
No.
Do you tell her that?
No. She's just gonna do it anyway.
If you don't have a reason to fight anyone and nobody bothers you, then how come you keep saying you won't go to school because you're afraid you're going to get beat up?
I didn't say I'm afraid to get beat up. It's annoying.
Get beat up and bullied is what you told me.
Okay.
You told us
I
that.
never said
You
I was
told
afraid to get
everybody
beat
that.
up. Just saying, because I'm not scared to get my ass kicked. I'm not.
What do you think is going to happen long term? I mean, where do you think you'll wind up if you don't go to school?
I want to go to school. I just don't want to go to the school that I'm supposed to, my school district. It's horrible.
Okay, then what was the issue with my school district?
Okay, hold on. hold on. What do you want to do?
With my life, I want to be a plastic surgeon when I'm older, but I know I have to graduate high school for that.
Well, you certainly have the brains to do it. Both of you are very intelligent, right? I mean, you get that.
Well, I'm constantly looked down on by everyone, so.
Yeah. Well, this is my profession, and whoever's given you that signal, intentionally or otherwise, is dead wrong. Both of y'all are very intelligent. I mean, just pure, raw intellect. Both of you are very intelligent. So all of this, you say, you just have no idea where in the world this could be coming from.
No,
No, that's what you said. I asked you,
well, some things I don't know. Like the school thing, I have no idea why they don't go to school. I tried to homeschool them.
You're the mother.
I know,
what
but
do you mean?
I can't drag her by her hair.
Your quote was, I can't make a 155-pound adult go to school.
Right, like how do I make her go to school?
Well, the state's going to help you with that, I guarantee you, because you're in
so.
violation of the law, and you could go to jail, and well should if you have the attitude that you do. Danielle drinks, but you say all 15-year-olds drink.
They do.
No, they don't.
Well, all of them that I know do.
That may be the problem. All 15-year-olds don't drink. That's wrong. It's illegal and it's wrong. You're saying talking to Danielle is easier when she's high on pot because it's better behavior.
She's easier to talk to. She's not so angry, aggressive.
You couldn't force Jessica to go to school either. You let her drop out, right?
Yes.
You really don't even know where these girls are most of the time, do you?
No, I guess not. Not all the time. That's the scary part.
Yeah. Well, let's find out after the break why Danielle has a scar on her leg that says worthless. We're right back. Well, one daughter is accused of lighting her bedroom on fire on purpose. She says didn't happen, and trying to poison her aunt. She said, I wasn't trying to poison her. I just wanted her to get that I didn't want her around me. The other stabbed another child with a pencil, got her tooth broken in a fight just a few weeks ago, smashes mirrors and punches holes in the wall. It gets even worse because it's not just others that they sometimes aggress against and try to hurt.
I started cutting myself when I was 13.
Danielle learned the cutting from Jessica.
I cut because I saw my sister Jessica cut. She just seemed better after she did it.
They cut themselves with razors, plastic, everything they can get their hands on.
Danielle carved in her thigh, I am fat and worthless.
Well, this is where I cut myself, and it says, ew, fat, and then worthless.
I called the cops on Jessica a few years ago because she locked herself in the closet with a knife. Jessica was screaming out loud that she was going to kill herself.
I was in the hospital 3 times for trying to kill myself. They were all cry for help, but no one listened.
I've been in the hospital 6 times for depression, suicide, being a little too high.
When Danielle was 9, we were driving in the car and she wrapped a seatbelt around her throat.
When Danielle was 14, my mother caught her in her closet trying to strangle herself with an electrical cord.
Wrapped a cord around my neck. I turned blue and it scared me, then I kind of just passed out.
Just this last summer, Danielle took an entire bottle of Benadryl. In the past years, Danielle has spent 6 months in the psych wards.
When I get put in the hospitals, they just put me on medicine and just tell me to go home and keep taking them, but I don't feel like taking them because they don't help.
If something happens in that house and I don't stop it, I'm the one who will feel guilty.
So, Rose, you've been silent so far. What do you think about all of this? I'm saying this is more than just their problem.
I agree.
That it's
all our problems. But I can honestly say Danielle's been in counseling for so long. Jessica isn't as violent as Danielle. Jessica will get angry with you. She'll yell at you. She might curse at you, but then she'll basically walk away. Where Danielle, when she gets very angry, she hits the red zone. And it's like you can look in her eyes, and like I said, I swear to God, she would kill us if we didn't back down from her when she's like that, because she gets very, very violent.
So, Mom, how many sessions did she go to a counselor, would you guess?
Years. Years worth. I couldn't tell you how many.
And what percentage of the time were you there with her?
Everyone.
And nobody ever asked you the questions I'm asking you today?
No?
Nobody ever asked you
Ask
those
me,
questions?
no.
No.
They never ask you what the hell you're thinking,
No.
why you're being inconsistent, why you make threats and don't follow through, why you have no accountability, why you don't make them go to school, why you don't do the things that an ordinary mother under the same or similar circumstances would be expected to do.
No?
Because you know what there's a word that is used to label someone's failure to do what a person would do in the same or similar circumstances. And you know what that word is? Neglect. Is failing to do what someone would do in the same or similar circumstances. Both of y'all have so much going for you. And it's time y'all got a break.
My mom favors Danielle over me without a doubt.
My grandmother likes to favor my sister a lot, and it pisses me off because we're both her grandchildren.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Is this dad
You had the SWAT team in your front yard.
a danger to his family?
It is not too late for these children.
Oh, but it is.
That's Monday.
Danielle and Jessica have gotten so violent they ripped doors off the hinges. Because Jessica was awake and Danielle was trying to sleep, she would also rip the towel racks off the wall and beat Jessica with them.
Kristen is worried her teenage nieces are so angry that they're going to hurt themselves badly one day. I've decided to do something that I've never done before on this show in 12 years. And I'm going to do it because I want you two to understand something, okay? I always plan for these shows, because to me they're not shows. They're people I'm talking to. I made a deal with Oprah like, it's God now, 17 years ago. The first time I was ever on Oprah. I said, look, I'll just do what I do, and if y'all can cut it up and turn it into television, fine, and if you can't, fine. Because I don't do television, I do people. And I'm going to pull back the curtain for a minute and show you two, and you three, an email that I actually wrote several days ago about the two of you. I wrote it to Dr. Frank Lawless, who's the chairman of our advisory board. And I've never done this before, and it may have some offensive things in it, but I want to share with you guys. I'm just going to pull the curtain back and share with you guys what I wrote. The subject, Danielle and Jessica, Tuesday show. And I wrote this back on Sunday night at like 9:30. And I said, Frank, I'm thinking about the teen sisters, Jessica and Danielle, and their seemingly and self-admitted irresponsible and ineffectual, because, Michelle, you say I'm ineffectual. I can't make them do anything. Mother, grandmother, and aunt. I want to work on an approach with these girls that will help them and also message viewers in a strong fashion if they are lost in a similar situation. The solution seems simple to articulate, but not so simple to achieve, given the negative history and momentum. The simple solution is to get these girls to stop their self-loathing, their self-hatred, and to recognize their value and how to love themselves. These seem to be really sharp young women with a lot of unrealized potential. Help me think through this a bit. So I'm writing this last Sunday night about you two. It goes on. I said, what I want these girls, which you can establish with these girls that you can help me with, are following points. I want them to understand you have been jerked around, but all you're doing is joining the others in your mistreatment. I said, because you behave so self-destructively with things like self-mutilation, suicidal ideation, drug abuse, physical violence, just to name a few. You're self-medicating because it allows an escape from your life, but you're smart enough to know it isn't working, because when the drugs wear off, the sexual partner uses you and then leaves, you have the same problems you did before you took the drugs or had the sex. I mean, you do things to escape, but you're smart enough to know you got the same problems when you come down as you did before. I want to wake them up to the fact that their behaviors are associated with some really negative outcomes, but something that's within their power to change. And the behaviors I'm talking about, I list. Physical violence, verbal abuse, self-abuse, animal abuse, fire setting, drug abuse, promiscuity, running away, conflict with authority. All of these things predict really bad outcomes. You guys didn't invent this stuff. It predicts bad outcomes. And I said, this goes beyond any singular explanation. It's likely not just a personality disorder. It's not just bad parenting. It's not just depression and anxiety. At a minimum, these things are all multiplicative. They make each other worse. And then, this is where I'm pulling the curtain back and telling you my strategy. I want to appeal to their greed. You guys, I want to appeal to your greed. I want you to be greedy. I know one thing about teens. They want what they want when they want it, and they want it right now. That's okay with me. That's okay with me. I don't want them to do something for me or their parents. Why should they anyway? I want them to get more of what they want in their lives. I want to do this with them, not to them. And I wrote down something here to Frank the other night that I wanted you guys to say. I would be totally happy if you said this. Screw these people. I don't want to make them happy, but why do I keep behaving as though I'm bent on self-destruction? I do want to make me happy. If you can show me how to love and value myself, require more from myself, and have a better life, then have at it, because right now my life really sucks. I hate the people in it, including me, so let's get on it, Doc. Show me a plan. That's what I wrote Sunday night, and I stick by it now. You guys deserve better. You deserve better from yourself. Your behavior's terrible, right? Come on. I'm being totally open and honest with you. Be open and honest with me. You get that your behavior is really bad, right?
Yeah.
And I said it's associated with certain negative outcomes. Those outcomes are prison, pregnancy before you want it, poverty, because the world will run away from you when you behave this way. I want that to change. We've got to take a break. And after the break, we're going to talk about what this family needs to do now and what I think needs to happen before somebody winds up in jail big time or worse.
When my mom found out Danielle was doing the pills, she said she cared, but she didn't do anything about it. I took matters into my own hands because if I didn't care about her, Danielle would probably be dead by now. I think Danielle looks at me as a mother figure at this point.
We can't do this show without you, our studio audience.
If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Because we have a lot of fun here, don't we? Or you can call 323-461-PHIL.
My biggest fear for my family is that one of them is going to end up dead. Every time I see my mother's number come up on my cell phone, it's either going to be that Jessica or Danielle did something stupid and ended up killing themselves, or my mother or sister will have a heart attack.
That was Kristen talking about her absolute worst fear, that this really doesn't seem that far-fetched given this family's history. I believe they are on the verge of real destruction and disintegration as a family, and I want to change that. Am I right that at times you hate everybody in your life, including yourselves?
Definitely.
Am I right that you're both intelligent and talented and could do a whole lot better for yourselves than you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
It's possible.
Do you think I get why you're angry? You feel helpless. When you feel helpless, then you put yourself down. Like, why can't I do better? Why can't I help here?
I can tell just by how she acts now. She's the closest person I have.
You all have to stick together. Let me tell you what I think, okay? I'm just going to tell you what I think. Your Aunt Kristen, your mother, your grandmother are not bad people. You know, people do what they know how to do. And when they know better, they do better. But when they don't know better, they don't do better. And they have allowed things to happen here that shouldn't happen. And the fact that she let you quit school, you were shocked at that, weren't you? You were shocked at that.
Yes, I was.
They weren't letting her graduate because she was going to be over 21.
That's not true. I found a school that would let her do it.
Please, honest to Want to get something off your chest? Sign up for the drphil.com community and weigh in on your favorite episodes and share your personal stories with other community members. Plus, get started on your own blog to share your thoughts on the topics that interest you most. I'll be reading those message boards. Log on to drphil.com today. I want to talk to you first. You need a break. You need a break from these folks. You need a chance to be really selfish in your own behalf. And there's a place that I want you to go. Dr. Matt Polachek is here. I asked Matt to come here. He's a program director for a beautiful place called Center for Discovery in Whittier, California. And I've consulted with him and talked with him about this, and as our gift to you, I've made arrangements for you to go spend some time at this place, which you're going to love. And I want you to do that. And what I want you to do is, after the show, we'll go back and sit down and talk about this in some detail, because I want you to be first on your list for a while. Matt, is this a good fit for her?
Yeah, she'd be an ideal fit for our transitions program at Center for Discovery. And our experts, you know, it's a warm, supportive environment where she can really thrive and focus on her identity. And to me, the self-esteem piece is really important, and get her going in the right direction in life. She, not only does she needs it, she deserves it.
You know, if you want to go headlong back into what you're doing, look, I'm not going to stop you from that, but I'm asking you to be open-minded about this and give it a look. Will you do that?
Yeah.
You deserve this, Danielle. Do this for yourself. I could have said, you're a minor, I'm making you do this. That's what I said. I'm asking you if you will do this for you. Trust me enough to take a look at this for you. And Jessica, I definitely have an important plan for you that's going to involve some travel, because I think we need to figure out where you are in a multi-platform situation, mentally, emotionally, physically, hormonally, every possible way. Find out where you are developmentally, where you are educationally, where all of these things are for you. And so I want to fly you later this week into Dallas, Texas, to a place called the P&P Center, which is an evaluation center. That email I wrote was to Frank Lawless. He's the director of the P&P Center. He's the chairman of our advisory board. We've been working on this for a long time. We want to fly you in there and spend a few days and then make a plan with you about what we can do to get your life back on track. Will you take that trip for me? And we'll set everything up. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is just get on the airplane and fly there and do it. And I want to do this for you girls. And I know the unknowns can be scary, but those will go away very, very quickly. Just take that first step, and then you tell me if you have a different thought about it. And while they're busy doing this, we've got to figure out some new skills. We've got to figure out a new plan for this home. I'm bringing reinforcements to you here. So this isn't about fixing them and you all go home and wait till they come home, oh, all new and fresh. No, you have at least as much, if not more, work than the two of them combined to do. And you're in the home as well, so you've got to participate in this and be involved. We've got to calm this situation down. Are you willing to do the work? If I bring you the help, I get you the specialized help here, you'll do that.
Yes.
You will.
Yes.
And are you okay with what I'm recommending for Danielle here?
Yes.
I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thank to Dr. Matthew Polachek and the Center for Discovery, and a special thanks to the P&P Center and Dr. Frank Lawless. Thanks for being here so long. What's that?